All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you enjoy this kind of content, please like and subscribe. That really helps me out. But we're here to do another unboxing of the Monday Night War. I absolutely love this series because you get some figures that you would never normally get through the actual Elite line, Ultimate Edition line. I'm really excited about this one because you get a couple of different figures in different styles that you would never have gotten. Now, this is a Build-A-Figure set, so once you get all four of them, you're able to build billionaire, not millionaire Ted DiBiase, because the $1 Million Man was WWE, and he was a peon back then. Now that he's with WCW, he's a billionaire, because billionaires are better than millionaires. So we were told. Anyway, with that being said, let's go ahead and unbox. But before we do, I want you to take a look. Look at this nonsense. These are Walmart exclusives. So I had pre-ordered them and then they shipped them to me. And I don't have to worry about opening up the boxes too much because, as you can see from where I was pointing out, they were nice enough to crush the boxes for me. When I go to show you the Albert one, I will have to show you the entire box. This thing got completely mangled. So thank you, Walmart. That's awesome of you. First up in the series is the Great Muta. Now, the Great Muta, been around WCW since the early 1990s. When I was growing up, I watched mainly all WWF. Never really watched WCW. Wasn't until WCW Nitro came out back in 95 that I started watching some of the old tapes of WCW, and I became a very big fan of the Great Muta. He was one of those people that would spray out the mist during the match. Really cool. Different look than any other wrestler that I had seen up to this point. Also, some of the stuff that he would do, like his moonsault and like the backflip, back handsprings, and that kind of stuff. The crisp suplexes and things. Plus, he painted his face. Who doesn't like a wrestler in face paint? I mean, come on. Kind of writes itself as being a good marketing ploy. But they nailed this figure all the way from the fingers being taped up to the tongue being stuck out, being a different color, and the face paint. This is when he came in. He joined the NWO because the idea was he was going to take over Japan as part of NWO Japan. So that was probably kind of cool little Easter egg type thing. Once again, with this series, you're able to get wrestlers that you probably weren't going to get. Great Muta as the NWO is one of them. Sorry guys, before we open up this bad boy, I wanted to show you how good they packaged this. I mean, they made sure that I was not a mint on card collector so that they could smash this to smithereens. I'm just glad and lucky because I have never seen this guy in stores, so I had to take what I got. So the figure hopefully isn't broke. We're going to find out here in mere moments, but let's open this bad boy up and see. All right. Now, Albert teaming up with a guy named Test to form TNA, being led by Trish Stratus. The other thing that was kind of funny is he got his name Prince Albert because of a certain procedure that you would get with a piercing, trying to be kind of cool and edgy. Now, this actually, he became the main trainer and the main person over at NXT. So a lot of the NXT wrestlers that you see on TV, even now, back when it was first starting up and all that kind of stuff, as far as the people are coming up and doing a great job, this guy right here, for all his hairy back and chest and bald head, you have him to thank, because if it wasn't for people like him, those stars that we know today wouldn't be anything, or may not even be around in wrestling, because a lot of the people in NXT aren't wrestling fans. They're people who came from college level. Jerry the King Lawler, JR, the voices of wrestling history. These were the guys who made the Monday Night War when it came to commentary. From his outlandish puppies to, just being over the top. I don't know if he can get away with doing that nowadays, especially in WWE, maybe in AEW and that kind of stuff, but I don't think so in WWE now. But this is basically a reprint, a reproduction of one that's been out before. But one of the things I like is that Mattel has no problem reproducing a wrestling figure if they have them under contract, because who knows, maybe there's a new collector that wasn't able to get this figure before. Now they can. So kind of cool. The jacket that he has on is a hard rubber plastic, so it's hard to get off of that. underneath of it, he does have his wrestling singlet like he would wear whenever he was at the commentating table, because you never knew. Every once in a while, he'd get into the ring and have to mix it up with somebody. But for the most part, behind the table, we have one more to unbox, and then we get to put together. And I made a mistake. I said that he was a billionaire. No, 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 no. He's a trillionaire. Trillionaire Ted DiBiase is the Build-A-Figure. And with the Trillionaire, I know a lot of people think that Elon Musk was the first one, but no, according to wrestling, Ted DiBiase was actually the first trillionaire in the world to become a trillionaire. Next, I have to say, I would think that this is the centerpiece of the whole set. Hollywood Hulk Hogan, after announcing that he is going to run for president. That's right, Hollywood Hogan for president was all the rage back in 1998. Now, Hulk Hogan comes with the NWO black and white shirt, the weight belt, his boas, a skull cap, glasses, two signature hands, one with the two sweet, one mic holding hands. So they put a lot of stuff into this one figure. So you would have to think that this was the mainstay and why they thought that the people were going to buy majority of these wrestling figures was for this one Hulk Hogan. Most of the molds. So great figure. I love it. That skull cap. This is a unique Hulk Hogan. He didn't come out looking like this all the time. So once again, just different enough to make him so that it's interesting to where you want to buy it. I don't foresee them making a bunch of these different figures, but I thought this was really cool. I really do like this style of Hulk Hogan. So I was pretty happy with it. So let's go ahead and look at the Trillionaire Ted DiBiase Build-A-Figure. Now, this figure isn't too fancy. It's just a suited figure, all black, with a Ted DiBiase head. So once again, getting the most out of their molds because they probably made that suited figure multiple different times. And they've already made that head sculpt multiple different times for multiple different Ted DiBiase figures. So this was an easy layup for a Build-A-Figure. Overall, I'm really happy with this set. I really did like it. From the Great Muta to the Prince Albert to the Hulk Hogan. If I had to rank it, I would have to go either Muta and Hulk Hogan as number one, and then Prince Albert, and then Ted DiBiase and Jerry Lawler in last, tying. Just for the simple fact that, once again, we've seen these figures before, and they didn't really add or change anything to it. The one thing that I wish that would happen, Walmart would do a better job of holding on to their pre-orders, because that Jerry the King Lawler that I have in the background, I had pre-ordered that. They canceled it on me, and I ended up finding it out in the wild and bought it. So hopefully you guys like this and you enjoyed it. If you like this kind of content, please tune in next time. Like and subscribe. Have a great day. Be nice to yourself. Be nice to others. Until next time, have a good one.